access to the Winter Cup, but could go back to back to back, beating the top 3 teams in the region. It's all going to be decided on the field. We begin at DFH. We begin with an early sight from Sad on net. A save away by Davitrox. Knight looking to find his way through the melee. That was going to hit the post anyway. Davitrox had to do his homework. Does so with a plum. That's going to be spiking across to the side. Team Secret piling on the pressure early doors. It's exactly what we were worried about if you were Exeed. There's Sad, but Davitrox again. He is the anchor, and he's turned up to fight.
Certainly has, and sitting in the green room, I slightly asked the opening, should we give a bit of sympathy or bully Psycho? He said to Trox, in terms of Davitrox himself, what is the player, what's he like? He says, look at him as the third man, as the anchor, as you described. He's played his role perfectly so far, breaks it through, and it allows the team to expand from. The problem is how much width is too wide.
Oh, that's a 1v1, and again Davitrox. It is Davitrox versus Team Secret at the moment. KNS and Klaus have hardly had a look at the ball, and yet it is still 0-0. Knight are on the top of the box. KNS looking for demos just to try and relieve the pressure. Davitrox going on a jolly march on his own just to try and get past the halfway line. Klaus bad starting position here as Team Secret try and force them back. Bit of possession here in the final third. Can Exeed make it count? Well, Klaus goes for the back pass. KNS goes to the far post too high and met in the middle anyway by KV1, who rushes forward, goes for the shot on this, and there he is again! Davitrox, what an opening 2 minutes!
Oh, look at the fling downfield as well too. I would love to see the heat map through any of the statistical apps of this game, Relic. It must just be pure red like Gibbs on that box like goal line, and everywhere else is cold blue, but Exeed need to have that sort of ice, as our good American friends would say, because so far here, Exeed, they've held that 0-0, but they cannot afford on one man being that brick wall in the back line.
Knight does an excellent read on Davitrox, but Davitrox was simply too good through the side. Not going to get past Sad. It ricochets back out. Good for Knight here. Looking for Sad once again. That's a shot on target. And KNS this time using the VAR to his will, to his whim. KV1 now round the corner, and there's Klaus getting involved in the defense. Davitrox roaming as far as the midway line to get some boost. Oh, a deft touch from Sad. There's a demo on the line. KNS forced back. Knight looking for the 1-2. No connection made. Exeed managing to intercept it at the last moment. Time and time again. Here's Knight. No double touch. Falls under the ball. There it is for Davitrox. Doesn't reach it this time. The siege finally broken because Team Secret have broken through.
Oh, what a foulness in the backboard. KV1, I thought the shot may be a little bit too lacking off the par, but when Davitrox is just a few centimeters away from being in the right spot to clear, and that's the difference, and that's what it took. Team Secret here, as you describe it, it's effectively a 3v1. A few saves, yes, but a save is not good enough, as that's goal number 2, Relic, and Exeed, well, they gotta get out of their own heads here.
Yeah, it's been brutal. It has been unrelenting from Team Secret. And finally, having broken the dam, the water is now starting to flow through. Exeed have to get out of their shell, but very much like the turtle or tortoise that we could be referencing here, still a little slow. Nice from Klaus, nice from Davitrox, 1-goal game.
Oh, this was fabulous, effectively a kick-off goal, and it's Klaus that arguably should be getting all the credit. Davitrox, he might be on the goal scorer's sheet, but that was all through those two, breaking it down, and you know what? That's a perfect execution for what Exeed needed to do. Reduce the rear and get Secret to think.
My goodness me. 1-goal game, and Exeed continue to break out of their shell. Here's KNS up against KV1. There's Klaus denied by Knight. Davitrox a quick turn. Sad though, lovely adjustment using that boost to his advantage. Completely turned this charge on its head. KNS now with some possession. Davitrox maybe looking for it on its own. Oh, that was a lovely idea. A little too wide. Klaus now a little too high. Exeed starting to find the firing mechanisms.
Oh, when will we get that perfect shot there? There was a glim opportunity here, but something maybe just to keep an eye out. Exeed, a lot of boost being used here just to get into the position. Secret likewise, but better in terms of at least controlling the game, and that's such a strange word to use in the SAM region, but so far, Secret the better of what that attribute so far.
They are loved / hated for their anti-meta look, Team Secret. It is always how they have operated, no matter the region. However, Exeed do seem to be a little bit more of what we'd expect from the SAM region, and one of the things which I really loved from them in that semi-final was their adaptability. That's going to come off the post. Chance here, KNS is KB1 to lock him down. 30 seconds left. Exeed certainly the favourites to score the next goal if there is another to find. Klaus looking for the drop back to Davitrox, who's a little bit ahead of the ball. A break in play now. KNS can only go sideways. KB1 looking to go through the corner. Klaus picking up that 100. KNS can't do much. Davitrox only meets Sad. Klaus from the top of the box takes it away from him. Klaus gonna miss it with Davitrox. Double commit. Team Secret burning time off the clock. Klaus all on his own. KNS now, can he try and launch this? Yes, he can. Goes through the corner, through Klaus. KNS, Davitrox up as well, calls off KNS, trying to readjust himself. Klaus, able to, just try and get it to KNS's front bumper. A little too much mustard. Close one for Team Secret, Danny. Just about surviving at the end.
I've got to say, for the opening of this series,
Davitrox.
Can we not say anything and just admire that number?
8 saves.
Yeah.
Almost 1,000 score in an RLCS lobby. That was an extraordinary performance. Unfortunately, defense doesn't win you games, Danny. Well, not most of the time, anyway.
You haven't played with me long enough, really. I'll show you how it works.
Valid point.
I think Psycho might disagree with that, but we'll hold that thought for a moment here. But I love Davitrox there with 8 saves on Jit with a performance like that. And if you look at it on the statistics-wise, you start going, how did they not win the game? And it's opportunities that wins that Secret took theirs. And my word, you talk about not enough mustard in that last second hit. I'm not saying there was arguably maybe a passing opportunity, a half a chance if that wasn't taken earlier. And Gio Watts here, I've got to say, if this is the opening, best of 7, can we be cheeky and ask Onyx to go best of 3, best of 7s? Because I want more.
I want more as well. And look, we've got to give great credit to Team Secret because that opening 2 minutes, I mean, if it wasn't for Davitrox, this would have been a cricket score by the end of it. It was ridiculous how many times Davitrox fronted up to save what looked like almost a certain goal. And Team Secret is eager to very much pick up on the same note in game number 2. We head to Forbidden Temple. We head into a game number 2 where Exeed certainly finished the stronger of the 2 teams. It's a similar sort of idea for them. They want to pick up where they left off. But will they be able to find a go-ahead goal? I think if they do so, then all of a sudden this becomes a lot more interesting. Team Secret chasing a game. They can do it, yes, but can they do it convincingly? I haven't seen that during the case of this Open.
As the ball moves downfield in between that idea of they getting the opening goal, you just have to look at the semi-finals. Again, a seeded team versus an open qualifier, a few back and forth, and Exeed. Yes, they have that capabilities. Yes, they should be getting a goal here. But Joe, what I would like to see as well, that defensive capabilities, how much better can they have maybe somebody upfield slightly and use them as a target man, because they're not giving themselves a lot of options here.
Nice shot, but it's off the bar, a bit too high. KV1 and Sad able to double up, but not get much luck out of it. Lovely rotation here from Klaus onto KNS, leaving it for Klaus again, but Sad sees through that, and KV1, that's a massive win in the midfield. It's going to go mercifully wide for Exeed, otherwise that's goal number 1 for Secret, continuing the offensive. Davitrox this time, trying to find a way out. KV1 not able to outsmart Davitrox here. Lovely layoff to Klaus, and there's your go-ahead goal. It's that man again.
That was fabulous, and I said about the defensive, have somebody upfield, give yourself an option. Relic, did I or did I not just say that? That was the goal. That was Secret's fault, and they did not respect their young opponents here.
It's a big moment for Exeed. A go-ahead goal in a grand final. A team that has not seen much in the way of grand final action because none of them have made it to a grand final in the first place. This their first one. This their first series against Team Secret. And Team Secret are not going to go quietly into the night in game number 2. Another glance across goal. Another opportunity spurned. KNS stopping this in the midfield line. Davatrox waiting, committing Sad. The lift up, maybe looking for Klaus, but Klaus doesn't fancy it. Team Secret, they are turtled up, they're bottled up in their own third here. Sad trying to find a way out, no way through. Klaus, how about Knight? Slows down the play, looking to commit Klaus, but Exeed looking to get inside the heads of Secret. You can see them questioning themselves.
It's a fabulous game when you can just hear the gears effectively turning, but how's that for turning the tables? Secret there just moves it across here, and when Davatrox is not in that back lanes, there is no support, there is no backbone, and they have to be careful here because we wanted that go-ahead goal. Problem is you've got to support it with following at the second.
Lovely connection though, and able to outsmart Klaus, who had most of that shooting lane covered, but not enough. And Knight looking to use the angles to his advantage, dropping it from the sky, not finding the net. Now Sad, again, just looking to stop KNS more than win a challenge and gain some momentum for his team. It hasn't worked out in the long run. Sad looking to pick up possession from his corner. The flick over Davatrox, nice. KNS steps in and is able to win a decent challenge. Up again, not able to get it past KB1. The Knight a little bit too quick for Klaus's liking. Davatrox not able to get a piece of this one. Klaus with the interference on Knight, who brings it closer to that blue net. Sad not able to get it around the corner, however, KNS some strong defense. Sad keeps it locked there, but for the moment it's a tie game, and this particular encounter on a precipice, on a knife edge. Can KB1 knock it over? No.
Oh, nice idea though, and give credit to Exeed here. They've again shut themselves down. They've sort of got, let's get the bridges up here and maybe just use what resources we've had. And do you know what? Arguably one of the best teams to do so with less than what, 200, maybe 300 boosts to share among themselves. That's a skill, but mind you, 70 odd seconds to survive Team Secret with their attacks. You said it was boring, far from it.
Davatrox up, down, and to Klaus, the pop-up. A little bit loose at the back here, Team Secret. That's a straight shot, and Sad uses his own bar. Don't think it was on target anyway, so better safe than sorry, right? As Sad finds Knight, that's towards the net, but not on target. KB1 at least gets a piece of this, but nice readjustment from KNS. Knight up, but with no direction to it. KB1 looking forward, and forward again. KNS forced up, utilizing his own backboard. Pocket picked for Exeed, and 100 boost lost, and Klaus breaks up the melee.
Oh, nice 50 demo as well. Space opens up, but you just sense here maybe a chance. You just want, however, a bit of control onto the ball. Just see where your other teammates is to get the passing opportunity away, and that's a little bit nerve-wracking. If your old ticker might suffer, Davatrox's playstyle isn't for you.
No way!
Oh, get in, Klaus! Oh, you beauty!
The audacity of Davatrox yet again though. The touch off the top of his car to get that away from what was a very nervous position for Exeed. To then go again, box to box, and get involved in a goal which takes Exeed to another level. What a time to score, what a time to conceive, and broken up by KNS, the runaway. Davatrox puts it home. Exeed tie the series.
I love Davatrox on the Rocket Twitter because I certainly do, Relic. Defensively, one of, if not the best players, and I'll say this, and I don't say it lightly, I've ever seen. Gets it away, deals with it, and scores on the other end. Relic, where has he been?
He turned, I tell you what, I'm looking at my watch, he turned up roughly around game 4 or 5 in the semi-finals, and he has been essential. He has been pivotal. Of course, he is the player who has made it as far as any of these Exeed players in a tournament period. He's got the best experience and he is using it beautifully. But what a finisher. What a great application to the touch from Klaus there as well. Had to get in it from an angle, had to avoid the melee. Of course, Davitrox with that great go-ahead run, he opens the possibility. The possibility is taken. Klaus, one of the most clinical goal scorers in the Winter Open, not just today, across the close qualifiers as well. That series that we were hoping for looks like we are buckled in.
I feel bad for the other casters in the Rocket Relic. We always seem to get the good matches in
Sure,
terms
yeah.
of the pinnacle off, but I'm not saying, but I mean, Klaus, yes, KNS, yes, they were fabulous. Davitrox, when coming into it, there was that sort of going, what can he do? Well, we've just seen it. And you know what here? Team Secret cannot respond. We thought that game won, you know, all the pressure banging it off that siege, the opening 2 minutes, how fabulous that was. You know what? They weren't able to reproduce it, and if you're that meant to be major team, they put themselves into question by this open qualifier. Oh, Klaus!
Hey, Sad. Hey, KV1. I'm Klaus. This is what I do. You're now 1-0 down within 5 seconds. Have a nice day. Simple as. This guy is having a breakthrough. This guy is having a moment. This guy has just put Exeed in the driver's seat. But unfortunately for Exeed, there is still a majority of the game left to go, and Team Secret have shown themselves to be able to come from behind against this team as well. Exeed, I am sure, Danny, and this is going to excite you, are going to have to show their defensive chops as much as their offensive chops. It can't just solely rely on Davitrox.
I love how the broadcaster, I think, just immediately went to Klaus after scoring there. I think we might have a biased producer. I don't want to, tint him in any way, but you know what? If you can, download this replay, any of the series, and look at all 6 of these players, especially Davitrox, and you know what? If the game is just defensively, I know it might bore people, Relic, but that is what championships are built on. And Exeed are just showing exactly how it is meant to be done.
Living up to their name. Again, exceeding expectations. But Knight moves forward, forces another save out of Davitrox. It was a double commit. KV1, oh, lovely work there from KNS. And look at this quick turnaround on the counter-attack as well. KNS following the ball, being sure to pick up the 100 boost. Team Secret sitting pretty in their own net. Not very proactive at all. Not even reactive. Finally, Knight with a bit of pressure relieved, but KNS, they're round, they get the pop, they force more boost usage out from KV1. Lovely death touch from Knight, but he loses the ball again.
Well, back in middle, and that's on target. You just fancy here, Exeed, they're just getting that position right here. That was just a small bit, that was the issue in game 1. Sorted out here in Team Secret. What is that sort of idea they're going for here? Attacking with no sort of structure, that's their problem right now here. Hit and hope. Well, it might be hit and run away here as they're back in their own defensive quarters.
Sad navigates as well nicely through the midfield. Davitrox, I mean, that was 2v1 and he still managed to come out the victor. Knight evades the on-rushing attacker. Oh, lovely work, but the stop in front of net is not going to be punished. KV1, doesn't matter, Davitrox is there as well. Sad now, backboard, lovely angle, lovely touch, and down it goes, 1-1.
Oh, what an angle that is. Davitrox, he hasn't been beaten much here, and Klaus is just sitting there going, oh no, our talisman has been let loose. Bang down in, Secret once again responding, but if you're a Secret fan, I hate to break it to you, their opposition has their number in these moments.
Davitrox out from the back, going to the west wing, looking for that stop and trot. Round the corner, there's KNS. Oh, it's a soft touch, but sadly for Exeed, it came to a stop. Lovely defense here from Team Secret. KNS, top of the box, Sad, looking for Knight, finds Knight. Klaus forced all the way back. Bit of a rough transition onto that backboard, but does well with what he's got. Midfield, but out of boost, not out of hope. In fact, he goes for the far post, KNS. Lovely idea, given that Klaus continued that run. Davitrox waits. He knows he's got teammates looking for boost, and he has bought them a little bit of time. Klaus forced all the way back, but it's okay. 2 minutes left, still a tie game.
What was fabulous about that play is retreating third man if needed. If the ball goes in, it's still the attack continues, and that iron grip they had, fabulous. And Secret's here, We haven't talked about their defensive capabilities, but credit to them as well. And Davitrox, oh, he can't get the touch when needed.
There's a second touch in here that I just want to have a look at. I think Sad, yeah, needs that second touch, actually. Otherwise, he goes up and down perpendicular to the bar. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. Team Secret get it, and that's a go-ahead goal. Puts Exeed to rest for a little bit at the very least. Team Secret looking to come forward again. Sad, a lovely handoff here tonight with the fake as well. All they need to do from this point off is burn time, but 90 seconds, that's a lot of time to burn, especially when Klaus has got an open net. No Sad there in time.
And a good demo there by Knight. Alleviates what may have been there, and Klaus, well, that's an interesting way of driving through effectively a guarded gnome there. Secret wasn't going to get that ball at all, but you know what? Style is important for these players, and that's one way to do it.
Credit to Secret, they are slowing the game down to their liking. Exeed, I think, really enjoying the punchiness of the play, but they're not getting it their way. Klaus finds KNS, looking to switch things up again with the musty flick. Davitrox looking for a bump, but Knight too fast. Reading the book a couple of pages ahead as things stand. KV1 now. Again, he's got a lot of room to work with. Davitrox goes up. It's as if he wasn't there. KNS looks as if he wasn't there. KV1 over the top. A little bit too much muscle on that flick. Again, still burns time off the clock. 30 seconds left.
Such an important bit of the game. Managing the clock as well. Exeed here, 20 odd seconds. One chance is roughly where a stick it's what's left into it. And with Klaus on the team, you think and just fancy they might have to do it. KS downfield, and Knight blocks it out, and Davitrox, you can almost see the stall there, the afraid of, do I push for it, do I go for it? You have to, there's no other option.
Boring Team Secret. Get another result. You can't knock them for it because it works. They go 2-1 up in the series from 1-0 down. Ultimately, just felt a little bit like they were running Exeed out of steam by proactively looking for those boost pads after a prolonged period, Danny, where it looked like they couldn't go anywhere but their own final third.
Just shows you this game provides uncertainty from everybody, from players, casters, analysts, to even just the viewers. Relic. I sat here and openly admitted to everybody I had no idea what was going on, and the fact that that happened doesn't surprise me anymore. What will, however, surprise me here is Exeed not responding back here. They got the opening kickoff earlier, they were punchy. It is that type of series, and everything else, you know what? Why do we have to wait for the 60 odd seconds? Can we not play?
Let's just not forget that Crew did in fact take the first couple of games in their series against Exeed. And so Exeed already doing better on that front, but I think what also served them well, you know, it's my word of the Rocket League Esports, it's momentum. They were able to continue to get those results. Again, Davitrox able to join after KNS was able to join. I feel like all three of these players are actually working at a pretty high level, but now they're working at a pretty high level against a team with an even higher expectation on their shoulders than Crew. Team Secret have been here many times before. They look at the region, they see the flashiness, and they say, we're just going to continue to get the results our way. And so it proves. Don't fix what ain't broken.
That's true. And I'm somewhat really pleased right now. I have not used the phrase that probably I'm well known for, and I don't think this series is going to have it either. That's a bold statement. You know what it is, Relic. And to any of the new viewers, you can work it out if it comes round, but that one working on target.
Klaus through the corner, but Sad. I think, honestly, actually, this is great credit to Secret as well, is they have adapted their defense to be able to seek out what are these late passes from Exeed, looking for that second player. The individualism is what has given them the goals. Davitrox almost on his own. Klaus looking for the drop down. Sad doesn't get a bit of it, but he puts Klaus off enough so that it's a whiff. Davitrox now having to stop this at the midfield line. Here's KNS, but once again, there are two players airborne and in the way.
Oh, it's fabulous. And then, you know what? Finn, who's usually the statistician on a few other websites that we've used before here, known for the triple commit. He'd be disappointed that all three didn't go for it, but it just shows you the confidence of pushing for the double. thinking that they're going to get it. No harm is going to follow through it, and you have that third man that they rely on to Secret. They are making this one just as more interesting. We talked about the play style. I think you might owe them an apology.
Surely. There you go.
Surely.
I was going to say, they were sitting back, Secret. They were waiting for that mistake to be able to break out. But Davitrox removes their anchor and is ready to receive a gorgeous, well-intended, strong pass from Klaus. Lovely application on the finish. Davitrox continues to be Exeed's best player in this grand final. And he's got that 1-0 go-ahead goal. KNS looking to double the lead, but KB1 in the way.
It's stopped by Davitrox, midfield liner. Good friend Craftman talks about it quite regular. He knows the importance, so does these players. And Knight with the save this time around here. And you know what, Team Secret? I'm going to say they're a bit stubborn in some elements here. They're using one particular side more here to get the play going. They need to shake up a bit of variation if they're going to throw off at least Exeed in terms of what they're doing here.
That was certainly a variation. That was all three players, dare I say it, in the blue half of the field for Team Secret. Oh my goodness me, and rightly so, they are behind. They need to find that goal sooner rather than later just to stop Exeed from doing what I said they did best against Crew, which is running away with the overall momentum in the macro. Here's Davitrox now. Not going to stop Sad. Lovely sideways pass, a sideways glance, and KNS is not in a great position. Oh, a bit of a mistouch here as well, and my goodness me, they got away with it. No, they didn't. KB1 Shadow Strike and Exeed shot themselves in the foot.
Remember I said it, I wasn't going to use this word this series.
Yeah, here it comes.
I'm not going to say it.
Oh.
These 6 players aren't my respect here. They're allowed at least a mistake or two in a final like this, and Exeed with all the pressure on their shoulders from that open qualifier. Bound to happen at least once in a response like that. You just have to tip your hat off in appreciation.
KNS, oh, it's going to be kicking him. Going to be kicking him bad starting position. Bad reaction to the bad starting position. Davitrox. A flick to no one in particular. Actually, was looking for the bump ahead. Smart play, actually, on KB1. Breaks up their attempted counter-attack. The Knight, oh, dearie me. That is a bit of desperation from Exeed. And I think I hear that word coming this time.
No.
Nope.
I'm hiding behind the sofa where Cycle was earlier. I'm not letting this series be spoiled.
That's 2 mistakes. Team Secret, they were waiting for them. And they got them. And they shot. And they scored. It is the Team Secret way. Again, for the second time in a row, 1-0 down. Now they're 3-1 up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just diabolical.
Oh no, there it is. Oh no.
I'm hurt.
I think we're all hurting, honestly. This is so sad to watch. I mean, we're watching sad, but it's also sad to watch because Exeed have they went from shooting themselves in the foot to triggering the detonator when they hadn't got out of the building. It's a capitulation. But it is also not the end of the world because there is still 90 seconds left and Exeed still have it within themselves to get 2 goals, 3 goals now. It looks like a write-off and Team Secret will be happy of that because, of course, should they go on to win this, Danny, looking more likely by the second they head on to match point.
I think, honestly, if I was sitting here as a coach or as a player in this situation, I would honestly just say this game's gone. And I hate to say that because Exeed's more than capable of bringing this back. But 3 goals as a gap is difficult enough, spicy at this level here. And Exeed's got to have that calm head and sort of what did we do wrong here? But you know what? Is there time to think because they got 1 back?
Yeah, that's nice. I was going to say, it just felt like a moment of madness. If it does end up costing them, that's a shame. But that's a lovely bump from Klaus. And that's a really smart finish from Davitrox. Soft going underneath the keeper, who you could see was already committing, expecting the aerial bound shot. 2 goals in 60 seconds, looking a lot better than 3. That, of course, just to take it to overtime, a reminder. So still a lot of work to do, but Davitrox, oh, what a finish. Met with a plum by Knight. Davitrox, another lovely bit of work there, this time to drop down pass, but sadly for him, Knight was there again. Oh.
That one would have stung if it went in. And you know what Exeed was putting on with Davatrox's shooting, his passing, it almost felt criminal that one of these hasn't went in, and the fact that they're still, bless them, trying the way that they are, trying to have that somewhat fear factor among them. Secret hasn't stopped relenting here. That just shows you that Secret here know they are in a fight, and they're not going to stop at any point here, really. And you know what? Credit to both sides here. But you said match points on the horizon. Exceed, you cannot afford one mistake from now.
Yeah, that one mistake led to another and led to another. You simply cannot do that in the RLCS, let alone in a grand final scenario. Team Secret, they've been to many grand finals. To be fair to them, often they are the bridesmaids rather than the brides themselves. They're the ones that find themselves in second because there is also the club to deny them top glory. They find themselves 5 minutes away from said glory, and Exeed have to win 3 on the bounce to rip it away from them.
Certainly so, and I would love if Exeed here calls the timeout.
Agreed, yeah.
Thinking back here and maybe with a bit of retrospective look on to it, they should have actually called it going into this game, especially with how important it was. But there was no evidence to sit here and thought, you know what, they needed it. They certainly do now here. And you know what? That one mistake, all right, was a catalyst for more to follow through. But they didn't play bad. Honestly, they sat there and had a fair and honest account for themselves, and that's the bit that hurts more.
You know, ultimately, there are 3 players on the pitch, and as much as we can say that it was 3 players who lead to success or lead to failure, it just felt like goal after goal, it was individual error after individual error. And Team Secret, being an experienced roster, being a roster that saw that chance to navigate their way through what could have been another tricky game. And, you know, it's strange to think that Exeed led that game at one point, and yet they get inside their own heads. One mistake, and then all of a sudden the game plan unravels. There is going to be no tactical timeout here, Danny. Exeed, you know what? Fair play, just want to get on with it, but maybe that was the wrong call because Team Secret have come out the gates firing. Nice bit of relief here from KNS, the lift up and away. On Wasteland, we're going to see whether this series continues or otherwise.
I think Exeed, at least to some extent, must trust themselves, and arguably it's those 3 and their coach who ultimately decides that, not you, not myself, or anybody else here. And if they do go on here, at least get at least 1 goal just to make Secret question themselves, we'll be sitting there and say it's the right decision as another save gets blocked out of nowhere. And look at the back line there. Davatrox is waiting just in case.
Low on boost. Team Secret setting up a strong siege, as we have seen a couple of times already today on this Exeed roster. Just seems like every single beginning, really, to a charge, to a campaign, to look for that go-ahead goal, it starts with a strong backboard hit. It puts Exeed into the retreat, and it puts Exeed on the back foot. But on the back foot, they do seem to do quite well. They're a boxer up against the ropes, and now looking for the counter punch. Not going to happen on this occasion. Knight with the save.
Good height, and that's a loose one by Davatrox. I actually think Exeed was lacking the boost as you were describing earlier, but as well mindful of the situation. They're not putting all their eggs in one basket, which is unusual. I want to see that as well, and you know what? I also think that's the wrong decision. Relic, send help.
Oh my goodness me, they are spending a little too much time thinking once they get past that halfway line, and Team Secret have most certainly figured that out. They are not giving them a moment's notice. Better to just play the ball than potentially have a 1v1 scenario. KNS trying to outsmart the defense, but his 1v2 not going to happen. Infield pass from Davatrox to absolutely nobody. Transition through KV1 onto Sad once again. Missed touch. KNS got a lot of boost here, so could potentially go from box to box. Going to travel his way past Knight. Looking for the waterfall shot slash pass. Almost gets it off. Davatrox again too slow. Nice from Klaus. Back to Klaus via Davatrox, but there's Knight to snuff him.
I hate to somewhat say this here, but Davatrox either subconsciously or has been told here, you are the third man in any part of this rotation here. Either kill it, slow it, or just simply do not let this ball leave the tempo that they're trying to dictate it. You said it earlier, Secret wanted to change it. They did so. Exeed, they've changed it as well here. They've changed the approach as all three of those players, and that's a loose one as well, but dealt for the time being.
It's 2 versus 1. It's 1 versus 3. A triple commit from Sad Knight. Oh, that's wonderful, but KNS Goomba stomps that idea out of existence. Now looking for Davatrox in field, maybe. Again, electing to go sideways. Too many bodies in the way. Finds its way to the other wing. Miss here from KNS. Davatrox just stops Sad. Klaus maybe looking to get involved, starting to not communicate Exeed, playing on pure instinct, which perhaps is exactly what we were looking for, but maybe it's not looking too good as a shot inspired away, from a bit too far away, I should say. Davatrox here, continuing to go forward. Davatrox all on his own, can't outwit KV1.
Such a shallow flick as well, the approach to it. Just sense that he just wanted to get a sort of secondary follow touch onto it just to make sure, and that is still, unfortunately, Relic. The mind is playing tricks on the players' abilities at this moment here.
But how about this for a trick? Abracadabra down the other end. The only problem is not a disappearing act.
Oh, Klaus is on the back, but not able to find the touch. KB1 got Sad in support. Davatrox, lovely work on that backboard. Knight. Backboard again, Demo at the midfield line, and now Team Secret have got to get back. KNS has got a counter-attack, but no! The sideways pass was on, not utilised, but no harm, no foul for Exeed. No goal scored, no goal conceded into KNS! 2 tamer shots. Now Davatrox's turn. Too shallow a pass, tries to fall on it. Here's Klaus, unrelenting. Back to Klaus, maybe no, KNS turns away.
This is a moment when you're just trying too hard and thinking too much here. Exeed just chipping away at it, just hoping something might creep on through, and they're at the back lines once more. 10 odd seconds for what an OT. We didn't think, Secret would allow this going into it. We thought they might just nick it, but Klaus, well, he searches for a winner, but they're going to have to search for an answer in Game 5.
It's better from Exeed. It is much better from Exeed. Team Secret sitting deeper and deeper. Klaus, gives it away a little too early. None of those shenanigans, says KV1. Now KNS up against Knight, bit neutral. Sad quickest to the scene. Looking for that backboard. Again, Davatrox, another lovely touch. Oh, dangerous here. Klaus caught a little forward. Gives it up to KNS. Goes sideways for the boost. KNS goes sideways himself. Sad, dangerous. That's infield, but no one willing to commit from Exeed to try and punish them for that. Return to sender from Davatrox. Up goes Klaus. Bad starting position. Great readjustment. Nice in the face of Knight. Not nice. That continues to go forward. Falls kindly for KNS. Up he goes now. Continuing to use the aerial lanes here, Exeed. Team Secret happy to meet them there.
Certainly so. Especially when you have sort of 2 in the middle, ready to block in and send downfield here. And Exeed's got to be careful not to let it drop in these moments here, especially in OT, especially when their back's against the wall. And you talk about Knight, and Davatrox faces the back way. Did not have a clean angle to see, still gets the save.
I'm wincing, I'm really wincing. Team Secret slowly but surely tearing the defense into many different directions. To be fair, Klaus has done super well just to travel downfield and give them time to readjust. 2v1, no way through for Davatrox. Sad infield, lovely drop down to KV1, who perhaps takes it a little bit too far to the side. Klaus, patient, nice pop over Knight. Sad on the backboard. Taken off the backboard. KV1 has to do what he has to do. Gives up possession, but clears the line. Another demo in the midfield. KNS forced back. Davatrox respawns. Lovely flick on from KNS. Klaus is not going to chase that.
Both teams are just trying to find each other, which is at least an honourable observation, but a double commit there, and that might just shake a thing up. No block, and Klaus sends it down the line here. Boost by both sides, reasonable pick up at 2 minutes here. You just might have that sense that somebody might drop a little bit too far, and it's all extinguished. Not here, not now.
The only silver lining for Exeed at the moment is Secret is very cautious moving forward. but unfortunately, ponderous defending comes to bite them once again. It is such a damp squib of an ending, but Secret do what Secret do best, and they have won the Winter Open.
You might sit there and say damn squid, but a final nonetheless to remember, and it was arguably Exeed that caused it to be memorable. Secret done what they did. They will be pleased with themselves. But you know what? There's another team in Sam. South America is just not a two-horse race at all.
No, I think they need a little more time to I think, believe in themselves. Exeed. It's all fair and well when you're on that run, when everything's looking great, when you don't stop winning, and then you come up against Team Secret, the most speed bumps. Games, let's see the depth grow well and truly. If Exeed can continue to do well, of course, if what is now Rule 1 continues to do well in MENA, then the future for the Rocket League Championship Series in its entirety is very bright indeed.
Very bright, but unfortunately, we have to say good night from all of us.